today we're going to be looking at some missing posters, some missing children. We're going to try to go through all of the ones that are featured on NCMEC today, starting with Chancelvi Webu. Chancelvi has been missing since June 2nd, 2022 from Portland, Maine. Her date of birth is October 24th, 2007. Black female with black hair, brown eyes, about 5'7", 110 pounds. Both photos shown are of Chancelvi. She may still be in the local area or may travel to New York or Canada. When she was last seen, her hair was styled in blue-green cornrow braids. Chancelvi may go by the name Chana Maweli and may use an alias date of birth of 10/24/2008. She's 14 years old, so she's possibly trying to pass as 15. Not sure why 1 year makes a difference, but we can see that she has an affinity for colored braids. We see the blue loose braids, white single braids, and it says that she has blue-green cornrows the last time she was seen. Notice also the blue eyes. I'm not sure if that must be contacts. So we know that she likes to wear colored contact lenses as well. I think people would agree she's a distinctively beautiful young lady. So she would stand out in the crowd. If you have any information about Chancelvi Webu, you can call the South Portland Police Department at 1-207-874-8575 or dial 911 immediately. And I say 911 is the best option here since not only may she travel state to state, but she might also be traveling internationally. Again, this is Chancelvi Webu. She's been missing since June 2nd, 2022. So we're coming up on 3 weeks that she's been gone. Right. Here we have Richard Palmer. Richard Palmer has been missing since February 10th of this year. So we're looking at about 4.5, almost 5 months that he's been gone. He's missing from Houston, Texas. His birthday is February 9th, 2009. He's 13 years old. He's a biracial male, and he has brown hair and brown eyes. He stands about 4'9", 110 pounds. Both photos shown are of Richard. He was last seen on February 10th, 2022. Richard is biracial, he is Hispanic, and white. I have a couple of articles here that I want to share about him because some of them have additional photos. This photo in particular, I think is good because the way he has his hair pulled back, you can kind of get an idea of what he might look like with a shorter, regular type haircut. You can also see that his ears and nose are pretty pronounced. So it's something you may notice about him if you see him. And that kind of crooked smile. It looks as if he has lines razored into his left eyebrow. So look for that as well. A lot of people tend to do that. Honestly, most of the people who I've seen do that are black. So to me, that's something that would stand out if I saw a white or Hispanic person with those lines in their eyebrows. They do have significance, although I don't know what that significance is. The only additional information in the article itself is that he actually went missing on his birthday. The last time he was seen was on his birthday, which was actually February 9th. He was reported missing on February 10th. And he's missing from the 5500 block of Whipwreck Street in Whipwreck Street in Houston, Texas, in northeast Houston, Texas. Again, this is Richard Palmer. I think this is a really good photo to get a better idea of how he looks. I'm also going to go back to, let's see if there was an additional photo in this article before I go back to that. No, it's not a different photo, so I'm going to go back to his Nick page. So again, this is Richard Palmer. Again, take notice of the ears and nose are pretty pronounced, and he has that crooked smile and the lines razored into his eyebrows, into his one eyebrow. I am sharing Cody Bigsby's Nick page. We all know that he's missing. We know that there are some odd circumstances to him being missing. Um, there's some scandal with the father, the aunt, and all that kind of stuff. But aside from the drama, let's stay focused on Cody Bigsby, who is still missing from Hampton, Virginia. As of January 31st is the date that he was officially reported missing. However, police believe that he was missing for several months before that. His birthday is January 12th, 2018. He would be 4 years old right now, but if what the police believe is true, he would have been missing since he was 3. He is a black male with black hair and brown eyes, standing 3 feet tall, about 60 pounds. Both photos shown are of Cody. When he was last seen, he may have been wearing all black clothing with Spider-Man flip-flops. If you have any information about Cody Bigsby's whereabouts or any information on the details of his disappearance, you're asked to call 911 or call the Hampton Police Department in Virginia at 757-727-6111. Also, there's a pretty large Facebook group for Cody on where you can get all the information on individuals who are volunteering to search, where they're planning to search. I know that recently there has been some discussion of searching an abandoned military bunker in the area. Um, it's my understanding that someone has actually gotten permission from the powers that be to organize and perform a search on that bunker. However, this person that got the permission, who's been working with the agencies to get permission, is not in the area and not able to conduct the search themselves, but they are willing to organize um, or facilitate setting it up with anyone who wants to volunteer to search. Please be advised, Water Team did not want to. Water Team did not accept the offer to search something about paperwork that had to be signed and identities had to be provided. However, if you are not opposed to providing identifying information and signing paperwork to participate in the search of this abandoned military bunker, then please check in the Facebook group. I cannot remember the person's name off the top of my head, but they have been posting regularly. They have really been working hard on trying to get that bunker searched for Cody. I know that they mentioned something about the need to pump out the bunker. I guess it's flooded or there's water in there. So um, you can get all the details in the Facebook group. It will be easy to spot this person's post about it. I believe they have it pinned in the featured post at the top of the page. So again, let's just keep our minds focused on Cody and bringing justice for him and bringing him home, and not the drama that's been going on with everyone uh, involved in the case. Cody Bixby, if you have any information, the number to call is 757-727-6111. Next up, we have Lena Sardar Heel. Again, just bringing attention back to her case. She's been missing since December 20th of last year, so just before Christmas. Her birthday is February 20th, 2018. She will be 4 years old. Right now, she's missing out of San Antonio, Texas. She is, they have her as a white female. She is actually Afghani. She has brown hair, brown eyes. She stands about 4 feet tall at about 55 pounds. Um, don't stick too hard to the 4 year old. She may actually be five, um, based on cultural norms and the way that they count birthdays in her family's culture. She may actually be 5 years old, because she has a younger brother who, at the time that she was reported missing and said to be 3 years old, the younger brother was also said to be 3 years old. They have the same mother and they're not fraternal twins. So this could be a misunderstanding on the age based on the way that her culture counts birthdays. Both photos, both photos shown are of Lena. She was last seen on December 20th, 2021. Lena was last known to be wearing a red dress and a black jacket. Now, there was some talk not recently that she may have been spotted someone taking her across the border from the United States to Mexico. I have not seen any like new details or any type of results from that, whether it was her or not her, or possibly was her. I haven't seen any follow up on that. I will be looking for that information. I've got my eyes open for it. So if I hear anything about the possibility that someone was taking her across the Mexican border not long ago, then I will bring that news to you. If you would like to see the video concerning that information, it's on Snoop Mom's channel. After I end this live, I will go find the link and post that link in the description so that you can go and watch that video and get that information about when they thought that someone may have been taking her across the border. Again, this is Lena Sadar Keel. She is 4, possibly 5 years old. She's been missing from San Antonio, Texas since about 5 days before this past Christmas. If you have any information, you should call the San Antonio Police Department at 210-207-7273 or dial 911. Also, it would be easy to find a picture of her in the red dress that she was supposed to have been wearing the day she disappeared. It is out there. If you Google her and you see a picture with the red dress, that is indeed the same red dress that she said to have been wearing on the day that she disappeared. Again, Lena Sadar Keel. And I wanted to share this bit. There are like a couple of news articles that I wanted to share about the family because people were really kind of raging on Lena Sadar Keel's case about the circumstances of her disappearance and how a lot of children were supposedly known to play in that apartment complex unsupervised. Um, but if you'll go to Icke Mel's channel, and I will also put the link for that video in the description, he had an Afghani native that came on to his show and really went in depth about the culture and the practices. Um, how things work. So these children were more than likely not unsupervised. It was probably like how you have like one mom that's watching, kind of watching all the kids, and one or two moms that's kind of watching all the kids as they all play together. So she wasn't necessarily um, unsupervised for sure. However, the family of missing Lena Sadar Keel, um, and this is from May, so it's fairly recent, is said to be being stalked and harassed with conspiracy theories. The family of missing Texas toddler Lena Sadar Keel is being stalked and harassed with conspiracy theories during public search parties. Keel was abducted in December when she was 3 years old while she was at a playground in the 9400 block of Fredericksburg Road with her mother, according to the Texas Department of Public Safety and San Antonio Police Department. So they are calling it an abduction. They're not calling this her wandering off. They're not suspecting the family of having done anything uh, untoward in her disappearance, and that is key to note. Up here it says Pam Allen, the CEO of Eagles Flight Advocacy and Outreach, visits Keel's parents every week. She says, we have people that are stalking, the parents say, we have people that are stalking us that go on these searches, that film us, take pictures of us, and come up with different stories, Allen told the outlet when explaining why Riaz and Zarmina Sadar Keel are no longer holding search parties with volunteers. We just don't want to do those types of searches anymore. And I can imagine it must be really stressful and honestly, Ra, I believe that her mom may have stepped away, but I don't believe that she was necessarily unsupervised. I believe that there were other mothers at the park or the playground area where she was. And I think that possibly, according to all the things that came out and the different things that have been discussed about that day, I think Lena may have left the park, the play area, to go back to her apartment where her mom was or where she thought her mom was or whatever. And that in that walk she was abducted because of the layout of the apartments, and it's one of those ones where the buildings you kind of go through alleys between them, and so I believe she was abducted somewhere between the play area and her home when she was leaving the park with, after her mom wasn't there. Online keyboard warriors are pointing to Lena's parents as suspects. Things directed at them Things directed at them because they are Afghani and because they're Muslim. That's harsh, Allen explained. He has assisted our military forces when we were in Afghanistan. We brought him over here to make sure his family is safe, and then this happens. The couple is now expecting a new baby, but are struggling to cope with simultaneous feelings of excitement and anxiety over the missing 3-year-old. Life should always be celebrated, but it's just hard for them to celebrate anything with Lena missing. Keel previously told the outlet through a translator that his wife was watching their daughter on the playground, but that the child wandered to a nearby path and disappeared. Lena is about 4 feet tall, weighs 55 pounds, and was last seen wearing a red dress, black jacket, and black shoes. Anyone with information about Lena's disappearance can call the San Antonio Police Department at 210-207-7660. And again, I honestly, I don't believe that her mother was at the park at the time. I believe that her mom had stepped away and that Lena left the play area to go to the apartment thinking that that's where her mom was and that she was abducted somewhere in the buildings when she was out of line of sight of the park and anyone else who might have noticed her disappearance. I'm not going to play the video. There's another article on the Daily Mail that I'm also not going to read, but I just want you to be aware of it if you want to go and read it. Um, but one of the conspiracy theories that's being reported is that her parents sold her to be a child bride. I'm not going to go into that article. It's rather lengthy, and we already know that there are conspiracy theories out there. That's just one of the ones that are out there. This one I do want to share because it discusses a new initiative to find Lena. This one is from March 24th of this year. New initiative being launched to help find Lena Starkeel and missing juvenile. Both Lena Starkeel and Lauren Mitravian Jones went missing around the same time in San Antonio last year. Now, as you can see here in this thumbnail, this is the red dress that she was supposed to have been wearing the day that she went missing. On one wrist she had gold bangle bracelets, and the other she had silver bangle bracelets. The person who went live with Icket Mail said that the bracelets are not real, but that someone may have thought that it was real valuable metal and possibly taken her for the jewelry that she was wearing. But he said they're just gold and silver toned little cheap bracelets, just cute for a little girl to wear. But this is supposed to be the dress that she was actually wearing the day that she went missing. Several organizations will be teaming together to try and generate leads in the missing persons cases of Lena Sadar Keel and Lauren Mitravian Trey Jones, who both went missing around the same time in San Antonio last year. The Texas Center for the Missing, the San Antonio Police Department, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and the Clear Channel Outdoor Americans will broadcast messages for a month across San Antonio to try and gather leads in the two cases. Lena Sadar was missing on December 20th, 2021, while playing on the playground of her northwest side apartment complex in the 9400 block of Fredericksburg Road. Trey Jones was last seen in the 9100 block of Broadway on December 17th, 2021. Keel is described as having straight, shoulder-length hair and was last seen wearing a red dress, a black jacket, and black shoes. Jones, 13, is described as 5'3", male with curly ear-top hair, brown eyes, and black hair. He was last seen wearing khaki pants and a red backpack in his right hand. Both Keel and Jones's photos will be broadcast on a rotating basis on digital billboards throughout the city. The Texas Department of Public Safety Missing Persons Clearinghouse received 46,581 missing persons reports in 2021, the statement said. Of those, 33,774 were juveniles. I wonder what the stats are on how many have been found. So here we have Lord Mitravian Jones, who goes by Trey, and Junior. 13 years old, missing from Houston, Texas, since December 17th of last year. And Lena Sadar Keel, 4 or 5 years old, missing from Houston, Texas, as of December 20th of last year. That's also a possibility. However, and this is based solely off the pictures that I've seen of her, she doesn't seem to have been neglected. She seems to have been healthy and happy. There are some videos of her where she's like communicating in her native tongue with her parents or with whoever it is that's taking the video shots of her. She seems to be smiling all the time. But then again, you never know because kids are very rugged and very resilient, and so even when they're going through something, they can look really happy to someone on the outside looking in. So just because she looked happy doesn't necessarily mean that she wasn't being neglected. So you have a valid point there. She may have been taken by someone who saw that she was not being treated as well as it was made to seem. All right. Here we have Caitlin Langford. She's been missing since December 14th, 2021, from Lancaster, California. Her birthday is October 6th, 2004. She is 17 years old, white with blonde hair, and blue eyes, standing 5'9" and 130 pounds. The child may go by the name Miles, and they were last seen on December 14th, 2021. So, from the wording and phrasing in this article, before I do that, if you have any information on the whereabouts of or the facts of the disappearance of Caitlin Langford, aka Miles, please call 911 or call the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Office at 1-661-948-8466. Based on the wording and phrasing in this article, I believe that Caitlin or Miles is going to be transgender or non-binary, and using they them pronouns. It may be advisable that people in the LGBTQIA plus community please keep an eye open for her. Make sure that she's okay. Try to get her to come home or to contact her family. Um, at least let people know that they're okay. Um, Again, this is Caitlin, aka Miles Langford, missing from Lancaster, California since December 14th of last year. She has been posted in multiple places, including Facebook and Twitter, by other people. And before we leave, let me try to get the right article up here. We already did this one. All right, I thought I had a dumb criminal article pulled up here for us, but we've already done that one. So I will see you all next time. Thank you everyone who joined in and participated in the live. Rob, I did check out your channel. You were on to something, bro. I like it. I will be watching some more of your videos. So that's it for today. Have a great afternoon.